This is AC Stoner, aka Austin. Welcome back to my channel, and this is a video on Wicked for Good. And Wicked for Good was amazing. I saw it last night. It was leading up, I think it's like a couple years, a couple of years after the first one when they're in school and um after they're out of Wiz and stuff like that. And then Glinda becomes the Good Witch. I mean, yeah, the Good Witch, and then still is the Wicked Witch. Alpha's still the Wicked Witch. She's still trying to help the animals be free, still fighting for what she believes in. And Glinda is loving her new popularity, which she is popular, as you guys know, because she's popular. And then the wizard's still up to his old tricks, parlor tricks and everything. And then, both their old teachers. Is still behind everything. And this movie is just basically a little bit darker, a little bit more, not as light, but a little bit more darker. And it's also more of a story has a little bit more of a story of uh Glinda than Alphaba. Alphaba, the first one was about Alphaba, the second one is about a little bit about Glinda and what Glinda has to face as being ahead of Oz and being, the big shot of that. And then Alphaba still trying to fight for what she believes in, and the prince not actually loving Glinda, only loving Alphaba. And then like the Wicked Witch turns. It's kind of also interesting how the plot points of Wizard of Oz, well not plot points, but like origins of characters from Wizard of Oz, like Bach is still with Nessa, which is Alphaba's sister, and then she becomes the Wicked Witch of the East, and she's the West. And then she becomes a little bit more darker because she lost her dad, and she lost her mother, but also her sister wasn't there for her in those moments. And all she had was Bach, and then Bach turned into the Tin Man after Alphaba tries to help with a heart condition thing he had with him not being heartless, but his sister not being heartless against him. And then also he was trying to confess his love to Glinda after she got or was going to get married to the prince, which ended up not happening. But turned Tin Man, and she turned the prince into because Glinda finally found out the prince loved Alphaba, and she turns eventually when he gets arrested, he turns her into the um, the scarecrow, and then you see Dorothy, and then you see Glinda send off Dorothy, and you see her with the Cowardly Lion, but we only met the Cowardly Lion with Alphaba. Alphaba said, "If I didn't save you, you wouldn't be able to speak." And then she had a scene with animals, and they're all feeding the way because of the wizard. The wizard was holding some animals apart, and then the spies were the monkeys. As she put that spell on the flying monkeys. Um, it's basically kind of aftermath of what happens in the first one, but also like different things and going on for different characters. And it's a very interesting movie, I have to say. Like, I enjoyed it. The musical numbers are good in it. It's a lot darker from what you're expected because you have a switch. Like, eventually, they all like how Wizard of Oz happens. You can't kill the Wicked Witch with water, so she's still alive. But towards the end, it's Glinda taking over instead of the wizard. The wizard goes back to Kansas with Dorothy. Um, and it follows the Dorothy storyline pretty well. But the only thing I didn't like is they never showed Dorothy. They showed a little bit of glimpse of Dorothy in the first movie. They showed a shadow and showed a little bit of the person who's playing Dorothy. I wish they showed Dorothy a little bit more because they did show like the Tin Man, because Tin Man was Bach, and then the Prince was. They showed the Scarecrow because the Prince was the Scarecrow. They showed the Cowardly Lion, but like Dorothy was never like. I guess Dorothy was not never in this whole big huge a big huge plot point in the story, I guess. But I wish that they showed a little bit more Dorothy in here, or at least show the person instead of not showing a shadow or showing a little glimpse of her, because it would have been cool. Um, the music numbers are fantastic. Uh, the one that got me was because I knew you. And I still need that soundtrack stuff, but because you knew you is kind of like a before it starts, like you have, it's basically saying some people, well, before it starts, they said, "Oh, you're my only friend that matters," and stuff, and like, oh, like Glenda's like I have so many friends, and you're the only one that mattered, and they're both like they both truly love each other, and that song's like some people come in for a reason, and it's true. Some people do come in for a reason. Now, I might go a little bit of a tangent off here. Some people come into your life for a reason and for a season. And I had to learn that myself. There's a struggle going with me right now that I had to learn that this certain someone might not only be here for as so long for the season allows it to be. And the reason they were there is just for whatever reason they were there for. And for me, I'm a Christian, so God sends you those people also. But like in this movie, they were only they were only in each other's lives for a season for a season of a lifetime. They weren't supposed to be together forever. So like that what got to me. But all the other songs were good as well. No Good Deed Goes Unpunished, different things like that, and the numbers were great. Sometimes the numbers went out of nowhere, but this had a little bit more acting in it, I believe, than the first one. Um, the music numbers were spread throughout, but it's a good movie. I highly recommend seeing it. I wouldn't sleep on it. I enjoyed this one. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because it was a little bit darker. I enjoyed it a little bit more than the first one because it's a lot darker. And the first one was very light, but this one I liked a lot more because it's a little bit darker and a little bit scary from like what um Alphaba's point of view. And then Glinda's just a girl that always wanted to be something. And towards the end, she finally gets to learn how to do magic like she wanted to, because when she was a kid, she thought she could do magic, and she just wanted people to love her. So that's pretty much what that is for her storyline. But I don't want to spoil this whole movie. This movie is good. Go check it out. Go check it out today since it comes out today. I saw it last night. There was two early screenings, but those have already been done with. Um, I was about to go see the early screening, but I was tired because of work. But I saw it Thursday, so that's a pre-early screening itself. Um, so go see it tonight, go see it tomorrow, go see it Sunday, and if you're off the whole week, go see it on Thanksgiving. Go see it before Thanksgiving. See it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then see. Or if you happen to be okay, we're done with Thanksgiving dinner. Let's go see Wicked. If your family does that type of thing, go to the movies on Thursday. Go see Wicked. Um, as I know, Zootopia coming out right behind it. Zootopia 2 coming right behind it for Thanksgiving. So like it's all going to be like pretty amazing. Uh, movie theater experiences this coming up, and this is perfect. This is also coming out around that time of Thanksgiving, so more people can see this. And I know this movie is going to make boatloads of money because the first one did, and people love the first one. And Wicked is fantastic. Wicked is awesome. I loved it. So celebrate this film. Celebrate Wicked for good. This is all I gotta say about the movie. If you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and deuces.